Hello everyone, Lau here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to a new flea market video. Yeah, so this one happened in mid-March, and I'm filming this now 1 week later. So the flea market happened last week. And so it was the second time I went out flea market hunting in 2025, and it was immediately like one of the big ones, one of the flea markets that's pretty far away. It takes me around 2 hours to get there, but you know, the public transport and all of that, but it's a big one, and I was there alone. My friend Cotton Candy Kittens had other plans in the early afternoon, and we knew that we wouldn't be able to get it all done before she had her other plans, so she went to another flea market. I went to this one. She was a little more successful on the other flea market, of course, as always. She found a pony, she found lots of Polly Pockets complete and all of that. And my haul, although it is quite big, it's not super exciting, but there's some cool things in, so let's start.
Okay, I arrived at the flea market that is quite outside of Berlin. It takes me around 2 hours to get here, of course with public transport because I don't have a car. I've been here once before. It's now almost 2 years ago because last year I didn't go at all. And it's just 4 times a year. I think this is the spring edition, then they're doing it twice in the summer and once in autumn. And it's a big one. So let's see what I can find.
Was ist denn da für eine Sammlung? Das ist von der großen Schwester. Ah ja, okay. Das ist ein bisschen älter, da war das noch modern. Jetzt ist es ja irgendwie bei ihr nicht so ganz. Nee, ich wollte sagen. Also war mal schön, so früh Frühstück und Tütchen, ne? Die waren ja immer in Überraschung. Dann wusstest du nicht, was drin ist. Ganz früher, ja. Ja.
Sie war jetzt noch arbeiten.
Die sind alle für 2 Euro.
Ja?
Die Barbies.
Ja, also eventuell nehme ich eine erstmal hier, die werfe ich. Guck mal bei den Klamotten noch durch. Ob ich da noch was finde.
Sie hat gesagt, unser Brett hast du hier gekauft. Habt ihr darüber noch gesprochen?
Ups. Lass ich kram wieder raus. Danke. Schön.
Welche Reihe wollen wir hinterlaufen? In der letzten?
Laufen wir noch ein Stück. Ja? Was sagst du?
War das nicht mal von so einem Pony? Haben Sie noch diese Ponys dazu?
Nee.
Nee, wa?
Kann man nur so einzeln irgendwie
Okay, weil mir sagt das was, als wenn es zu diesen Ponys mit den kennbaren Haaren, mit diesen, aber macht nichts.
Ah, diese, ja, ich weiß welche.
Also nicht diese ganz kleinen, sondern die, ja.
Auch so Plastik, ne?
Genau, und so bunte kennbare Haare.
The first thing I picked up, this Barbie. and these fashion pieces. I could immediately see that she is, I mean, not in the best condition. And then I looked at her face a little closer and I was even like, isn't that even the doll that I already have? And I found this dress also in the box. And I was like, yeah, that's the dress to her. I think I already have her. Then the seller told me the price, that every doll is like €2. And I could add all of these fashions for like another euro. So I paid like €3 in the end. And I was like, okay, even if this is just, you know, a body donor in the end, because the body is super fine. It's just the hair is really cut and the ends are really fried, and it's also cut very uneven. So all I could do now to make her cute is this, you know, curly bob style, but this actually looks very nice. So I was like, gonna get her, even though I think I have her already. When I came home, I found out, because I compared her to the doll that I thought it is, and I was like, oopsie, I think it's two different dolls. So I don't have this doll already, because I thought this is the 1998, then released 1989 Fashion Play Barbie, who came with this dress, which makes absolute sense because in this box there was the dress, and it's correct, it's her. But who is then this? Because this is a doll I picked up a year ago, just the head. It was one of the floating heads in the box of Barbie fashions that I had in a flea market video about a year ago. Because I thought this would be this fashion style Barbie, but she has, can you see, she has just 2 dots. She also has the 6 lower lashes and the way the face is painted very similarly. But this one here, she does not only have like the dot, but here is a little elongated white dot. It just looks slightly different, and also her makeup is, I mean, darker a little, but very similar. So then I was like, okay, they are definitely different. Did I misidentify this one back then? Seems like I did. Seems like this is actually the 1987, so 1 year earlier, and released in 88 probably. Fashion Play Côte d'Azur Barbie. So this one, both Fashion Play Barbies, you know, budget style, budget arms and all. But this one is more referred to Fashion Play, Modespaß, Promenade, whatever. And this one is Fashion Play Côte d'Azur. She came with a different dress, red, pink, white pattern, etc. And then because I just found her head, I was almost also thinking, maybe this is actually this doll, which I've also never showed you. This is actually the pink, party pink Barbie. I think in the US she was called Pink Jubilee Barbie, because they also have a very similar face, especially concerning the dots in the eyes, how many lashes. By the way, she did actually not have gray hair originally. This is just a... Never showed this doll. I found her with a gray hair, but I think it looks pretty nice. But she has also cut hair. But no, it can't be this one, because this one would have had earrings, while this one does not have earring holes. Because I wouldn't know if I just found the head, that she technically she has the superstar arms. But no, it's also not her. But also this one, she's from 1988. All around that time, a lot of the dolls had very similar, you know, eye makeup. But then, I mean, cool. They are different dolls. I just need to redress her, because then this is not even the dress she came in. And this dress, or this doll, technically, I think is also one of the international dolls, so not necessarily released like this in America. Though this dress was released on a Barbie in the US called Party Pink Barbie. So this dress. Whilst this doll in Europe was called Party Pink Barbie. You see, it's a little bit of a... no wonder I was confused. I just will redress her. And this is a new doll to my edition. And I don't care. I will not rehair her. You can often, when you have like dolls that have very cut hair or something, you can make them quite nice if you curl the hair very, very like tight, small curls. Looks cute, and you don't see how uneven it is, and the ends were so, like, I gave her so many boil washes, like it wouldn't turn like nice anymore. So nope. She looks very cute. The earrings, of course, don't go to her. She has very big ear holes. They were just punched in by the people. They're not, this doll actually does not have ear holes normally. And then I also picked up these fashion pieces. This was the dress she was wearing. I saw, yeah, that's also a Barbie dress. Material-wise, I could see it as a neck holder thing. This is, what did I write down? Fashion Finds number 9975 from 1989, which makes sense. That's also the year around when this doll came out. As I said, I also found this dress, so original dress in the box there. This brush that could even go to her. It matches her color scheme. I forgot to check. That maybe it might even be the brush that she came with. But also a couple of other 90s fashion pieces. The rest in the box was pretty much more modern. We've got a Skipper skirt from the trendy teen fashions from Skipper from 1992. Unfortunately, I have this one already. But a couple of pieces that I don't have for sure, like this skirt here and this little top. They don't go together. Obviously, they come from separate fashion packs, but both from the same line of fashion favorites from 1996. And this little skirt, very cute. I wasn't even sure if it is Barbie, but it is. It's from the Tropical Splash fashions from 1994. And then this. I know this material. It was on Barbie fashions in the 80s. Like I have a Skipper trousers from the mid 80s with this material, but I couldn't identify this. The waist is even too big for Barbie, so it must be Ken. So this is definitely something from Ken. Can you identify this? I can't. I couldn't find it. I have looked through so many 80s fashions for Ken. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it is Barbie. So Ken Mattel. And for €3, I was then also super fine, even though I didn't even know this is a new doll to my collection. So.
Darlin Dino. It's a Darlin Dino. I've never found one at the flea market. Anything else here? No, more modern. Hallöchen, was wollen Sie denn für den kleinen Dino haben?
1,50 Euro.
Machen wir einen Euro? Ja.
This is clearly my favorite find of the day. Yeah, the second thing I picked up. And you might even think that, well, when this is the best thing, then there can't be anything good in this haul anymore. I mean, it depends. It's just something that I never find, and I would really wish to find more. You know, these brushable little animals, you know, like My Little Pony, you know, Little Pretty, fairy tale birds and all of that. This is the line of dinosaurs. This is the Darlin Dinos. Most of these other toy lines that I just named were not even released here. I mean, apart from ponies, but I still don't find them at flea markets. The Darlin Dinos apparently were released here. Otherwise, I would not have found this here, and I'm pretty sure my friend has also found some. But it's the first time I found one. They are a toy line by Mauritius from the early 90s. So 1992, 93. I think this one is one from 1992. This is one of the bigger ones that has, you know, articulation. At least a little bit, even the tail is articulated. It was one of the dress-up ones. So this came with fashions. This is the cowboy dress-up one. Doesn't really have a name, it just said cowboy on the box, so I don't know what this dino directly is called. It's not T-Rexen or it's not Triceratops or something. I think it's a different character. You know, brushable hair, curled it a little bit cute, has these gems. It's a tiny bit discolored, so especially here you can see it starts getting green, so I have to do a little bit of retro brighting on it, but they're so adorable. And I wish to find more of those, but it's just, I don't know. It's not really, I mean, it's not a long time ago, the early 90s, and probably not the most, you know, like popular toy line back then, so I think that's such a good find for me.
Das haben wir definitiv nicht. Perfekt. Wow. Nein, jetzt ist es doch runtergefallen. Das ist Applejack, ne? Die haben wir aber. Die haben wir, genau. Die haben wir nicht. Ja, auch nicht. Oh, sind richtig viele, die wir nicht haben. Sehr toll. Die haben wir. Auch nicht, Mensch. Und das nochmal Applejack, genau. Also 1 Euro, 2 Euro, 2,50, ne? Genau.
G4 My Little Pony blind bag ponies. And such like good ones, because I'm pretty sure I don't have any of those. I maybe here I'm not 100% sure, but they all look so cute. They are all in these, you know, pastel colors. They look so cohesive. Turns out, yeah, they're also all from the same wave of blind bag ponies. You know, these are the, you know, generation 4. So it's kind of more a modern thing, but not necessarily modern. These are 10 years old by this point, because all of these come from 2014 from wave 9. This is Shoe Shine. Here we've got Sprinkle Medley. She even looks like G1 Medley with the colors and with as a Pegasus. Different symbol though, but then we have Lavender Fritter. She's got fritters on her butt there. We've got Berry Shine. And we've got Grape Delight. She does not have grapes, but she's still cute. Yeah, they're all from Wave 9, 2014. I saw that this girl also had some, you know, Applejacks, which are also from this wave. So it's probably that these girls, well, this one girl, got a lot of these ponies at the same time, just grabbed a lot of the blind bags, and, you know, now they're selling them. They actually were also so cute, and you could, when you bought something, they were 50 cents each, by the way. When you bought something, they had a little tub where you could also grab in and take one thing for free. There were sweets and little accessories in there, and I chose this little hair clip, which is also super cute. I mean, that's something I can totally use on myself. Super happy with these finds, but let's get back to the flea market.
I see the Cave Club Dino quite often at flea markets. It's cute, but it's too big. This is the babysitter, teen to cool sitter. I'm pretty sure this is her.
Such a good find actually for me. I found the doll, you know, nude, no fashions, but I had her fashions. This is the Cool Sitter Teen Skipper from 1998. Technically a little late for, you know, my taste. I prefer the other younger skippers. This is the appointment skipper, was, I mean, almost as tall as Barbie. Yeah, just a tiny bit smaller. And she got a new face mold, a new body mold and all. Not the skipper that I remember from my childhood, though still pretty cute and still 90s. I said I had a whole outfit already. It's not complete, I don't have the shoes and some accessories are missing. I always had it on my Totally Yo-Yo Teen Courtney, because I don't have a lot of fashions that fit though, so I just always have to be a little selective. But now I styled her a little different. Also very cute, isn't it? But now the correct doll can go on display with these fashions. I also have 2 of the babies. She came either with 4 babies or with 2 babies. 2 blonde ones and 2 brunette ones. Or as in some packages she just had 2 babies. I don't know what was the differentiating factor if you got her with 2 or with 4 babies. But yeah, Teen Skipper face mold. She has always these a little bit darker streaks, so she's mostly blonde and has darker streaks during that time. She has interesting earrings, that's what I wanted to say. These super small little like hoop earrings. I don't like this Teen Skipper face that much, or it's not necessarily the face mold, it's more like that. During the late 90s, the look that was painted, the faces, how the screening is not my super favorite, but they're still super adorable. I identified her mostly by the articulation, because she is the only Teen Skipper that I know that has these elbow joints, so she can obviously hold the babies better or cradle them or whatever. I don't have like all of the accessories. She came also with one of those, or 2 actually, where she could put the babies in, that you could hang like a backpack where you could carry the babies and all. But this is like technically her outfit, so I'm very happy that I can put now the correct doll with these fashions on my display. So very good pickup. I think she was €3, like from €4 to €3. I haggled her down, but like it's always worth a try to save €1. Why not? So really nice pickup.
I have never seen such a Furby in my, like with real eyes, with my own eyes. Probably expensive, I guess. Was nehmen Sie für den hier?
Der Furby? 40.
40, ja.
Ja, die sind...
Ja, also ich selbst sammle sie nicht. Ich weiß nur, dass Leute die super gerne mögen.
Der funktioniert doch noch.
Ja. Wenn er halt
Dem kann man ja ein bisschen kommunizieren. Man kann denen sagen, dass der singen soll, dass der eine Geschichte erzählt. Also soweit alle kann.
Ja. Wenn er rosa wäre, würde ich noch drüber nachdenken, aber er ist mir dann doch zu schwarz für 40 €.
Ja. Was?
It's 40 €, and I mean I don't want it, and it's also nothing that I know anyone wants. This is also interesting. Die finde ich auch interessant.
Oder? Das ist hart witzig irgendwie.
B, von Barbie wahrscheinlich.
Ja, eben, aber warum? Also,
das weiß ich auch nicht. Warum?
Also, was ist das?
Das war mal von Barbie irgendwie so eine Collection und Hund, genau. Ist schon cool.
Ist irgendwie, ich finde es einfach lustig.
Ja.
Was soll denn so einer kosten?
5?
Ja.
Ich weiß noch nicht, ob ich es brauche, aber es ist schon so. Das haben Sie eine Katze, ja.
Eine Katze ist ein Hund.
Ja.
Und ich habe so zu tun gehabt, damals die ranzukriegen. Die hat halt geheult.
Oh, achso, von ihr sind die
ja.
da?
Darum sah ich ja cool.
Ja. Also ich würde den für 5, ich nehme den mit. Oder wollen Sie lieber den und die Katze? Oder? Nee.
Das ist mir zu viel, aber können Sie gerne beide haben.
Nee, also ich meine, ich würde sie beide nehmen.
10 dann natürlich.
Für 10, aber wenn sie ein bisschen runtergehen, wenn Sie vielleicht, was sagen wir, was würden Sie für beide der beste Preis? 8. 7? 57. 57? Klingt gut.
Vermittlungsgebühr, würde ich sagen.
Okay, let's get to some rather weird pickups. At least I think that's weird for me. I picked up these pets, these plushies, and when I saw them, I was like, oh my god, I think I have seen them recently somewhere. I immediately knew they are Barbie, but yeah, they also have a Barbie tag, like around the neck here, this thing, and the tags also say Mattel and Barbie on it. They are early 2000s Barbie Pose Me Pets. It's kind of a separate line. It's not necessarily meant to interact with Barbie in the line. It's more like Mattel had this, plush toy line, and they kind of incorporated it with Barbie, probably to have better, brand recognition. They could have easily just, released them under the name of Pose Me Pets without Barbie, but with Barbie they could put them in a Barbie commercial and blah blah blah. So I guess that's why. They are from the 2000s, and I saw them actually when Selina Vintage Gaudi, she sometimes shows these Barbie journals on her channel, and it was a Barbie journal from the early 2000s, like I don't know, 2001, 2002 or something, and they were in there, and that was the first time I saw them, and I was like, interesting, I'd never heard of them, and then now I suddenly saw them at the flea market, and I was like, that's the Pose Me Pets. They are weird, but they're cute and funny, and I would like to pick them up, and I would like to keep them also. So yeah. So this one is it's the earlier one, it's from 2001. So it's Mina Movie Star. Obviously, she came with more accessories. She has these shoes. Yes, you can take them off. And she came with more accessories like sunglasses and other stuff that you could put on, jewelry and etc. But these weird legs, yeah, they are wiry. So they have wire in them. Also the tail, it's also wire in them. Here even is a little Barbie tag. Oops, upside down, but and she is more of an elegant one. She has this iridescent material, lots of like fluff everywhere, whilst the other one this is Peace Kitty. from 2002. So 1 year later, she had more of a, you know, a hippie style. She had a bandana, she had other sunglasses. She has these cute, like this cute hair here, the crimped hair. She had like flared pants. But other than that, I mean, she's a kitty, there's a dog. She also has this Barbie dangly thing, and she has the big Barbie bee also here in the front. And other than that, I think she came with slides and with some other accessories that I don't have. I mean, but they're so weird, and they have cute faces in my opinion. I think they're very charming, and I really like them. I will definitely keep them for now. Not necessarily put them in a Barbie display, I believe, but I did not just pick them up to show them to you, but really because I think they are very cute. So don't want to get hugely into them or collect more, but I was just weirdly, like, you know, fascinated by them when I saw them. And I think I paid €7.50 for the two of them. At first they wanted €5 each. So it was the same seller that had this Furby, but the Furby was €40, and I don't pick up Furbies in general. I would only pick up Furbies if they have cute colors. This was an interesting one because it was one of the kind of second generation Furby with a weird feet. Never seen one of those, so it's interesting to see, but not for €40. I'd rather pick up those.
Oh, this one is so cute. It's not vintage or anything. Oh, it's so fluffy. Oh my god. So many Pimbolis and Mimi Hops. It's all from the Diddle franchise. I mean, I don't know, not this probably, but all of these. The teddy bear was Pimboli, and I remember the bunny is Mimi Hops. I think they're bringing back the Diddle franchise, but not in Germany. I think just in France or something.
Notizbuch, Tagebuch, Kontakte, Freunde, alles. Theoretisch kann man auch was drucken, aber es für den richtigen Computer quasi tatsächlich sind, was sie da machen. Alles schon weg.
Das ist a vintage dress.
Also Buchstaben, ja, das ist das. Ja, 4. Wenn ihr so nicht so 5 haben. Ja, Maus ist ganz gut, ne? Das Manifesto jetzt mal schön, das ist
Modern Polly Pocket.
Komm mal, jetzt immer mal wieder, wir sind immer noch da. Fähigkeiten anfangen. Wollen wir sehen, oder? Wollen wir sehen, komm mal in 2 Stunden nochmal wieder. Gut, Zahlen, man kommt 1 plus 1, guck mal her, so. Kann man schon mal.
Next thing, yeah, from rummaging through this box full of lots of Barbie stuff, I only picked up this one little skirt. That was the only thing interesting to me. And when I showed this to the seller, he was like, "That was the only thing you found?" Well, I mean, just take it. So I didn't even pay anything for it. I think it was the only like 90s thing in this whole box. I recognized this material. I know it from several other Barbie fashions, but honestly, I couldn't identify this one. This is a very cute suspender skirt. Fits Barbie perfectly, so it's not for Skipper. But I know a dress in the Sparkle Beach fashion line that has the same material. Slip and Fun had a like top thing, like a little like, you know, camisole with this material. Fashion Favorites also had a like a skirt or a dress, I don't remember, something. So there were definitely lots of uses for this material, but I couldn't find this one. If you happen to know where this comes from, I'm very sure it is Barbie, and it's probably somewhat during the later half of the 90s, I would guess, because this is when all of the other fashions are from. But I can't tell you where this is from.
This is a My Little Pony thing, but G3 or G3.5 even, I think, for the babies. This doesn't go to it. I had no idea they made any merch for Barbie, for Wendy. Barbie, for Wendy. This is cool. I don't need it. But Wendy is the, you know, horse riding magazine, and then the cassette tapes that I always pick up, that I loved when I was little. I had no idea they had any kind of merch for it. Oh, this is really from American Girl. I would not have thought that you could buy them in Germany. Or maybe someone brought this from the US. A welly wishers. It's not the type of dolls that I like, but I know there's a lot of collectors. Guys over there, I bought this bag of Barbie clothes. There's most likely also modern stuff in, but I see a lot of vintage. Like I can see this lace is vintage. This is dance moves, then there's others, then here on top ruffle fun, and I think this orange thing is from some sensation or something. Oh my god, again, how often do I find this Barbie? Feeling fun. I mean, depending how much she is.
And let's continue with Barbie fashions, because this vendor, I picked up this whole bag of fashions, and I think it is the same clip where I just then continued walking, and from the next seller, really the next, right next to it, I picked up Jeans Barbie again. Let's start with Jeans Barbie. She's a double for me. Like Jeans Barbie, I think in the US more referred to as Feeling Fun. But I cannot exactly tell if that was really the US name and this is the European name, because she also has lots of variants. So it might also be that Jeans' name is more referred to one of the variants. So she came with either the Superstar jewelry, or this is the one with the silver studs, so the little, like the one that was more common in the 90s, while the Superstar jewelry is more the ones from the 80s. She's one of those transitional dolls, you could say, because she's from 1988. Well, she's still 80s, but she has a lot of the, features more from the 90s already. This is, I think, the Malaysia version, so this is exactly the one that I already have. Earrings both in, but she also came with a ring. So this was like my main thing where I was like, oh, I think I might pick her up. She was €4, technically 5, but I asked her if €4 okay, and she said yes. She came with almost her outfit, almost complete outfit. Again, just the top was missing. She was wearing this other top underneath, which I'm not able to identify, but it could be Barbie, because material-wise and Velcro-wise it looks like Mattel, but if you happen to know, I don't know where this comes from. But I had another spare one of this. This is her original top. Don't have her shoes. She has these weird fabric leather shoes. But yeah, she's so nice. Her hair, this is original crimp. I did not have to recrimp it. It's so soft. And she might even replace the one of this variant that I have in my collection. The other one, of course, I restored, and it took a lot of time doing that, but she's slightly nicer. And yeah, for €4 I took her. Especially I was just like, only if I just take the ring and put it on mine, even that would be fine. But I mean, I think I might just keep her directly in the display. You see her? Yes. The fashions, that was from the seller before, who actually had just a couple of other dolls, and they were all Steffi loves or more modern stuff. So don't even know if I filmed it. I think I did not film it. I was more talking to the people there. But I could see that in the fashion pile there were actually a lot of 90s fashions and a couple of accessories. So let's just start maybe with the accessories. I will not go super into detail, but quite nice shoes. No 90s or 80s shoes though, but some really nice molds like these orange ones here. Or we've got some nice platform trainers here. Some elegant black ones. So even though these are more modern shoes, I still like them, and I also put them even sometimes when I put outfits together on like 80s, 90s dolls. A lot of these accessories, some are really nice, some really cute hair brushes, and some crowns and stuff like that. I figured this probably belongs together, but I don't know where it comes from. it is a full set of, you know, mirror and hair clips and hair bands and blah 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 and all these accessories, comb. I don't know where this comes from. Is this from one of the fairy Barbies, maybe movie style Barbies from the 2000s or so? I don't know. This was also in there. And then fashion wise, a couple of doubles, but also a couple of new ones. Double, definitely ruffle fun, cut and style brunette, magic, no, not magic, dance moves, all mid-90s. There's also a double. This is a fashion pack item, fashion favorites 1996. Weirdly enough, the same skirt again as from the first seller. Now I have a double, fashion favorites 1993. I think another fashion favorites dress, but a little bit of a mystery because I only see this one online with, you know, some other patterns in it. Some like, looks like white leopard print in it, but exactly the same shape of dress and the same material. Otherwise, I don't know. This is a bit of a mystery. I guess it's fashion favorites as well. Some fancy frills. This skirt actually twice. Fancy frills 1993, which I already have, so it's a triplet now for me. But this is, for example, new. This little top comes from the Great Weekend Fashions. And we have, this is an addition to my fancy frills. What was in this lot was this little skirt. Fancy frills, also 93. That comes actually with this bra top and with these panties. So this is what I already had. And I also have one of the stockings. So I'm getting there with this fancy frills set. Then Sweet Treats Barbie, the apron. This was in there. I think I had it before, but I wasn't able to identify it. Now I was. And the skirt also was in there. Yep, that also goes to the Sweet Treats Barbie. And then when I looked closer at pictures of Sweet Treats Barbie, I figured, oh, I actually do have the top also to it. So this would be the outfit for the Sweet Treats Barbie. In German, I think she was called Backspaß Barbie, so baking fun. And of course, as always, a couple of unidentified fashion pieces here. Well, one of them is definitely Steffi Love, not necessarily unidentified, but you know, don't want this. Another skirt, probably Barbie, no tag, but with this between the legs thing. Very cool pants, a little loose on Barbie, might even go to Ken, they're real denim. And then two of these, you know, glitzy glam era dresses for Barbie of the late 2000s. So I guess this goes to it because I mean that looks like it belongs together.
Ach, jetzt ist das Schloss draußen.
Ja, jetzt sagst du wohl. Die frühe Puppe ist noch da.
Ja. Was nehmen Sie für die Puppen?
3 Euro.
3 Euro je Puppe. Okay. Die finde ich zwar schade, dass ihr das Bein fehlt. Ja, aber die sehen beide nämlich so interessant aus. Ich glaube, das ist nochmal was anderes als Monster High, aber die sehen spannend aus. Also. Und die Kleidung.
Ja, ist das okay?
Ja, zu ähnlich hier.
Jetzt wollte ich 10, ja? Na Gott sei Dank.
I actually picked up those weird Disney Princess Zombie Monster High style dolls. I don't know what they actually called, but I had to think of Trödelmama, who is a German YouTuber, and I think she collects them. So if she wants them, I also have no idea if they have cut hair or one of them is definitely missing a leg, but I thought they're interesting enough to give it a shot. If she doesn't want them, maybe someone else wants them. I just think they're interesting.
This is a rather weird find or pickup for me, and I did not pick them up with the intent to keep them. But I thought, first of all, I know someone who collects them, and second of all, maybe they're just interesting to show, because it's not a doll line that you find all the time. No, these are not Monster High. These are Once Upon a Zombie. They are from around the time when Monster High was, you know, big to be like in the first place, like from 2016 I think these are. And they are more like, you know, zombified Disney princesses. I know a German YouTuber, Trödelmama. I've also traded with her before and I've met her at Toyplosion. I know she collects them, so I was like, maybe she doesn't have them. Well, she does have them already. It's not a very big line, so and they are really not in a good condition. This is Rapunzel. She has cut hair, though the front would actually be rather short. She would just have one big, like long, you know, braid. And this is Belle from Beauty and the Beast doll. She's missing one leg, but I mean, for a zombie, I figured it's not the worst. And I did not do anything to their hair yet, or did not clean them, etc. Because Trödelmama knew someone else who would be interested in them. So these will go to Kami, and he is really good also at either at restoring like toys, but also at customizing them. And I think he might customize them, because I don't know, the color schemes and the outfits, those are their original outfits. They are also not really, I don't know, I don't really like them. They're not for me anyways, from the style. Yeah, who made these dolls? I mean, they are made by a toy company that I had never heard of before. It's called Wowie. And this Once Upon a Zombie thing was planned as a whole media franchise. I think definitely they did books or novels, you know, teen novels about, well, there is this virus in the fairy tale land and it's infecting all the characters to become zombies, and there's this one girl who needs to rescue them or something like that. But what I immediately saw when I was like, especially for example Rapunzel, I mean, she has a purple dress, she has, you know, the long braid and all of that. And also the other, there's an Ariel and etc. and I don't know, a Alice in Wonderland and so, and they look so close to the real Disney characters. They're not just interpretations of the fairy tales, they really look like the Disney characters. Not this Belle so much, but, and turns out apparently this doll line was cancelled very shortly after release, because Disney was not really happy with that fact. They should have just, I mean, used the same thing as like maybe Ever After High and use the general optic of you know, the fairy tale characters or something. But they really went into the Disney direction. There's also Tinkerbell and stuff like so. So I think that was, you know, the death of this toy line. Quality-wise, they have polypropylene here, so but the bodies are pretty nice, and they have, you have seen that, they have these insert eyes. They even have also rooted lashes, and they have nice articulation. That's weird, but like this, you know. So they have actually pretty nice bodies. So, and I'm very like, you know, interested to see what Kami makes out of them. So if they will get a like pastel makeover, or if they get really goth. So yes, I just paid €3, so not gonna mad about picking them up, because I was not, you know, intending to keep them anyways. So, but I I picked up like one little or two little pieces from the same seller, because they also had a lot of Barbie fashions, but also more modern ones, because I mean most of the other dolls were also like, you know, Monster High era and all of that. But I saw this one, definitely I was like, that's a Barbie piece from the 90s. It is a skating, you know, ice skating outfit from 1998. Sporting fashions, or sports fashions, I think just. Obviously it's just a dress, no accessories. And then this cool cowboy hat, because I can never resist the Barbie cowboy hats. Especially with this, you know, plate here in the front, this emblem. And I know that also fashion packs were released with these hats, etc. But a white one with this emblem, I think really must come from the 1993 Western Stampin' Can. So, not a bad pickup. I mean, not a can that I necessarily need to have, but a cowboy hat, you know, let's put them on a doll here. I really like those. So, and I think I don't know, €1 more or something for these two pieces.
Oh yeah, I remember now. This is a huge flea market. Not only like the main part is like way over there, but it spreads out into where even the You know, there's goats and sheep and all of that where you can, the pet zoo. all until here, very big.
Ist noch nicht Feierabend?
I think, or I'm very sure, because it has a Bratz label, these are Bratz Pets. I don't know how popular they are. I just took them because they are interesting. It's another thing that I'm not collecting. I will not keep those, but it's interesting enough to pick up if someone is interested in it, because there's lots of Bratz collectors, right? Maybe someone is interested in a trade with something like this, or at Toyplosion. For €5, the two of them together.
And another weird pickup actually are these two Bratz Pets. But I was like, when I saw them, I immediately recognized them because I don't know, you can immediately see that this is Bratz, and on her choker there's you can see that there's a face of a Bratz on it, and you know, I think they also have a Bratz label, Bratz Pets with a Z in the end. And they were €5 together, and I was like, if I already picked up these weird Barbie pets this day, I can also pick up weird Bratz pets this day. Other than with these Barbie pets, I think I will not keep the Bratz pets. I don't know, I don't like them as much. For now I will put them with my Bratz, but maybe if I want to, when I get rid of the Bratz, I try to sell them with them. But I was like, maybe I like them, or maybe not, but they were €5 together, and I figured, why not? They also have a lot of wiry things, you know, like these Barbie pets. They're also early 2000s, though this one definitely is from 2004. Her name is Brigitte. Bratz Pets Cats. And they have fashion pieces. This one even comes with her little bag. It says purr on it. You know, they are the cats that are strutting their passion for fashion, and I think this is a smaller one, though I don't know if it's the same character. I did not do a super in-depth research. I think there were of course also other pets, not just cats, but you know, Bratz is from the 2000s, not necessarily my era, and now having them, I don't think I will keep them, but they're super interesting. And you know, it's weird that, you know, Barbie and Bratz, they kind of did the same thing around the same time. Barbie a little earlier in this case, but why not releasing, you know, plushies as well? So, but not anything that I was like, you know, I'm tending to keep. I can't exactly tell if I have this on camera or not. I don't think so, or at a later point, but I picked up two more Barbie fashion pieces from a blanket where there were just two modern dolls or one fake doll or something, like a clone doll, and then these two Barbie fashion pieces, and they told me no, all the rest is already sold. Great, I was too late, but this is a Teen Talk Barbie, like little shorts, hot pants. And this is from the, I think also, no, this is from the Easy Living Fashions from, well, whatever, 1993 or something, I think so. So it comes with a little top. I have both of these pieces, but I got them both for 50 cents. Just a little bit sad that apparently they had more and more dolls and more fashion pieces before. I was just a couple of minutes late or something, or half an hour late, I don't know. I mean, this is a really big flea market. So depending on which side you start, you will miss this or you will miss the other stuff.
Weißt du, die Schätze Barbie ist das, wa?
Mhm. All of these accessories belong to the stable, because I know it. I had it as a child. That was my Barbie stable, and I'm pretty sure this is from the Songbird Barbie, probably, or something. The Carriage. I think it's the same seller that I bought stuff before, but I didn't see that she also has this. But I don't want big playsets. Okay. I guess this belongs to the horse. The horse is old. The horse is newer. The horse doesn't belong to this. Oh, it's so crowded. and every second stand is something with toys or with children, fashion and clothing and puzzles, and like it's I mean it's called a family flea market, but despite that, it's not too much for me.
Also det tog lige wieder sådan en Barbie på, kan de gætte det.
Wie viel kosten die Ponys?
50 Cent machen wir wegen der Frisur hier.
Ja?
50 Cent reicht, ja.
1,50 ja nehme ich mit, alle drei die.
Let's get to something that I'm a little more familiar with, which is My Little Pony. Of course, Generation 4. Of course, not Generation 1. Can't ask for that. And out of these three, this one I don't even have. So, I mean, it's an Applejack. I have lots of Applejacks, but it's a version I don't have. Then she is an upgrade for one that I have. And she is really not in the best condition, but I figured, I mean, the woman even said they have so bad hair styles, they were played with a lot, 50 cents each. I said, okay, yeah, that's fine. So €1.50 for the three. And they're actually still nice ponies because they have still the old, you know, body mold. So before they changed it to, you know, the reboot, the movie styles. So these are, you know, Generation 4, My Little Pony. We've got this Fluttershy here, which is a Rainbow Power Wave 1 Fluttershy with all of these different types of tinsel. The tinsel and the mane in general is nicer with this one, though, I mean, all of them have already the bad, you know, tail quality. This is a polypropylene and a little thin in the end, but still good enough, better than the one that I had, that I just recently also found at the flea market. As I said, this Applejack I don't have yet. It's one that has the cutie mark also around the eye. So it's from the Cutie Mark Magic line. She has a cut tail and also, you know, polypropylene, but she also has still the super nice, like, nylon hair in the mane. So she's from 2014, I think she's 2013. Cutie Mark Magic. These are the ponies that came with these chokers, where you could, like, then put these dangly elements. You would have a dangly apple, of course. That's not there anymore. But yeah, like Cutie Mark also on the side. So nice pony that I don't have yet in this version. And I do, of course, have this one. This is Twilight Sparkle from the Explore Equestria line, the Wave 1, you know, pearlized singles. They are really nice still, but, you know, they have already the bad hair quality in both, in mane and tail. And this really had a lot of cut hair in between. And oh my god, I did so much with this. I spent almost an hour on this pony, and this is all I could get with the hair. You know, I do that. I use my straightening iron when the hair is wet and go strand by strand through it. With most of the ponies, most of the hair, you can, I mean, the polypropylene hair, you can get it somewhat okay. But here, I mean, and I do have it, so it's not even an upgrade or a new pony. But I don't know. These pearlized ponies are still somewhat popular, so maybe someone wants it at that point. And as I said, 50 cents each, then I just took all three of them.
Ich tue es hier auf den nächsten.
Treffen uns. Ich nehme Karle mit, wir treffen uns dort.
Auf die große Rutsche? Ja. So, Max, komm. Auto.
Voll auf Schwarz. Mama, was hast du?
Papa, ich möchte den Sohn haben.
Enno, guck mal.
Naja, wie sich im Wasser eine andere Dinge machen, ne?
Was soll ich denn?
By the way, I'm not interested in them myself, but maybe Cotton Candy Kittens is. I remember she was mentioning something with Hello Kitty pest dispensers, that she even buys the new editions and stuff like that. I don't know, I have no idea, but maybe if they're cheap. What? I think this is all water toys or bathtub toys and beach toys. Okay. So much cute stuff.
That took a while rummaging through all of these different boxes. It was fun. Not the craziest finds, but I decided, like in the end, I decided to pick a couple of things up. Most, like specifically because I saw these two Hello Kitty pest dispensers, and I know my friend Cotton Candy Kittens had mentioned before that she kind of collects them. I mean, I have no idea if she has those. She hasn't told me. She just said, oh cool, yeah, she collects them. I think she wants to have them, but she didn't really tell me if she needs them or has them already. But they're cute. I couldn't really find out what year they are from. I think they are from maybe 5 to 10 years ago, or maybe even more recent. I think I saw them still somewhere, like on an online shop to purchase. It was a set of 4 different ones. All had these translucent, or, you know, see-through bodies. You know, I don't need to explain to you what a pest dispenser is. You put the candy in and you get on one at a time. Pez. I think there's definitely a collector's community for pest dispensers in general that I am not really familiar with. But for these two Hello Kitty ones, I was like, yeah, I'm taking the risk. My friend Cotton Candy Kittens might like them. And then I found a Pinkie Pie one. And I was like, okay, I might just also pick up the Pinkie Pie pest dispenser for myself. I think this one is definitely, I could find it out from 2014. It was probably sold longer than that. There were just 4 ponies that they did as pest dispensers of the Generation 4. They also have done Generation 5 once already. And this Pinkie Pie just looks so mischievous. And I have a couple of weird Pinkie Pie, you know, things, like merchandise things. So this can go with them. And then I picked up this cute Easter egg. I love those Easter eggs for my Easter display, and they're really, you know, nostalgic for me, because that's where you got you searched for your Easter candy or your Easter little gifts, and then you mostly got them in these eggs. At least that's very typical in my family. And the recent ones that I've seen in stores, they don't have this cute artwork anymore, and this is still such a cute artwork. So I picked this one up, and 2 little, you know, 1 little bracelet, just because of the colors. It's so cute. And this one reminded me so much of in German, what were they called? Were they called Liebesperlen? I don't remember exactly, but this is this candy that came on a string and you could eat it. You shouldn't eat that because that's just plastic. But it reminded me so much of that, like so nostalgic. And you know, I wear these type of plastic bracelets and jewelry stuff all the time. So let's just put it on. And you know, super pastel colors. Okay, let's keep it going.
Well, this is the same vendor that I bought, I think, the first Barbie pieces. And I just saw her, and well, she's obviously not the era of my, you know, taste especially. But I think this is the bikini that goes to her. She is the, I don't know from exactly when she is, from like 2009 or something, with a, you know, homage to the first Barbie. So homage to the #1 Barbie. I just recognized her by her bangs and her earrings, and then I saw the striped swimsuit.
Musst du so früh raus, du wolltest ja unbedingt mit. Hättest du bei Oma bleiben können.
Ich bin nochmal hier, ich habe gerade noch was gefunden hier, Mensch. Nochmal durchgucken.
Genau, dann weiter.
Da hinten ist noch ein Ball. Nein, aber lang.
2 Euro, sagt der Mann.
Sagt der Mann.
Dankeschön.
Da habe ich recht und links.
Well, this is definitely also a Barbie piece, but I have it, I know it. Simba fakie. And this I also saw. This is something from My Little Pony from G3. This might also still be 90s Barbie. I know it by the like late 90s, but the material. Okay, by the way, I went back because I found the other doll, the other, the one with the black and white swimsuit, and then I bought this. I know that's silly because I don't have the space for it. I was just talking with her. It's from her daughter, and you know, also this chariot, this not chariot. You know what I mean, where you put the horse in front of it, which I believe might be from Songbird Barbie. And she gave all of it to me with all of the, there's even another Barbie tent in it, which I don't know what Barbie tent, but it's also 90s. So I have like 3 Barbie playsets for €5, and I couldn't resist. It was really the case that I had this horse stable as a child, and there's a lot of pieces. It might not be complete, but it might be almost complete. So at least enough pieces for me to, I mean, I don't know, if I ever have place for it to put it somewhere. But I mean, I have it back. I had it. It was my favorite, like, you know, horse thing, Barbie stable. Technically, I also need now the horse. I've seen it today already.
At that point, I returned to the seller where I picked up the very first Barbie and a couple of fashion pieces. I was just digging in the same tub again, the same box, and I picked out this Barbie. I think she was wearing this outfit here. Wait. So another one of these glitzy late 2000s, early 2010s dresses. It's not really my cup of tea. And this doll actually is from that era. She's from 2009. I was correct in the footage. I said it. Isn't she the one? Yeah. She is called the Then and Now Barbie from 2009. But when I saw her, I could recognize her. It was really like, I have seen her in lots of other people's collections because she's an iconic doll. She's Playline, but she is meant to, you know, reference the first Barbie with a black and white striped swimsuit, just reinterpreted for, you know, 2009. And she has got the Mackie face and these very poofy bangs, which during that time Barbie did not have these poofy bangs. And I was intrigued. Then I rummaged through the box and I also found her outfit, and it was like, okay, I just want to pick her up. And I knew that, you know, I paid €2 for this Barbie, so she was also €2. And these sellers, they were really nice. So yeah, I did not find all of her accessories, but I put together kind of an outfit that resembles all of the accessories. I mean, as I said, this is the correct outfit. It was in the box. She also, I think, came with a separate another dress. Also with a, you know, little mini dress with this material that I couldn't find. And also I didn't really know what all belongs to her. She had also very similar pink see-through sunglasses. These are not the ones, but these are our correct earrings. They resemble obviously the earrings actually in silver of the first Barbie. She also has the side glance, and she has actually the Mackie face. So that's not the, at that point, usually used generation girl face. No, this is the Mackie face, closed mouth. Makes her look a little more elegant, in my opinion. Of course, body-wise, she's on the belly button body, but still a snap, bend and snap knees. So she came with similar black mules, not these ones. She also came with a similar, you know, bracelet and the black, actually small one. And she also came with a mobile phone, so not this big thing. This is the only one that I could quickly find in my piles. She actually had a pink, you know, pink flip phone of, you know, typical 2009, like the very similar to the famous, you know, Motorola pink flip phone. That's what she had. And it's not the Barbie era that I usually like, you know that, but I weirdly like her, especially as she is kind of, I would say, one of the first, it was one of the first times I think that Mattel made like not just a reproduction of the first Barbie, but made it, you know, like an homage to it, just in a modern interpreted way. And that was back in 2009. That's very reminiscent of what 2009 fashion and style looked like, especially in the Barbie line. And I think it's interesting, and if I ever have like maybe a reproduction of the, you know, the ponytail, the first ponytail Barbie, #1, then I could put those together and it would look probably cute. I'm really happy with this find. I don't know, it's really not my era, but I'm still very happy with this find. Yeah. And I did not film it at that point, but you saw me film the box with, you know, the Barbie horse stable and this carriage and etc. before. It's the same vendor. It's the same vendor that I picked her up before. And as I said, I filmed it before. I even said it in the clip, I cannot buy that, blah, blah, blah. But then we got like, we had a nice a conversation, and I was like, yeah, I saw also you have all these other Barbie, like, you know, the Barbie stable and all of that. Oh, that's the one that I had as a child. And she was like, really? You can have it. You can have it for a couple of euros. I just want to get rid of it. And I was like, oh, for a couple of euros? So I started rummaging through this box again. And she was like, yeah, take this stable for €2. And then I was like, well, then I can also pick up the carriage. And there was more stuff in. So I picked up almost everything that was in this huge box yeah, I did it. Although, not the horse. There was also, it was slightly more modern, like a water gun or something. Not everything, but almost everything for €5. Which, now I have this, my childhood Barbie stable. This super cute, a little discolored, but super cute Barbie Carriage. And another playset, which is a camping playset. Just show it to you quickly here. With a tent and all, for €5. Which he said you can have it for a couple of euros. I was like, maybe this is the time when I'm now picking up my childhood Barbie stable. And I will show them to you now in detail, but not here, because I don't even have place to put it somewhere. Just maybe go to the ground and I will show them to you in detail. They're really fun, though I probably will just keep the stable. The other things were just, I don't know, add-ons. So let's start with this tent and the rest of the playset, where most of it does actually not belong to it, but this and these two pieces, and this comes from the Route 66 Camping Fun playset from 2000. When I saw this logo here, I thought actually, oh, this is probably then from Camp Barbie line from 1993, because multiple of these pieces also have a 1993 stamp. But turns out it would be a different colorway. So it is a reused version of the 1993 camping playset, or like Camp Barbie Outdoor Fun, I think called. And they reused this tent again in the later 90s, and this is from 2000 version from the Route 66 line. I don't know. There's lots of pieces missing, but what I have here is this cute tent, which, there's all of these, these are separate little, plastic pieces that you have to put together, but it was easy to put together. The only thing I'm missing is there would be another one of these white things that would go in here, because then you could, have this open like this. But as it is, I cannot click these round things to anything, because there is another one of these white plastic pieces missing there. Then you would also have an opening here. And this you can, of course, let down, then it is closed. This is actually the strap that goes to a guitar. I don't know if there was a guitar in it that I forgot. And all of these other pieces I just took for the heck of it, because I of course didn't know what belongs to what, but I have no clue. They don't go to this playset. Also these pieces not, and I have also no clue what this is. Neither do I know what this is. This is from something else. Oh, this is actually Pet Dr. Barbie. I think I have that already. It was also in there. And then these pieces are a little, umbrella, for, your balcony or something. This comes also from another playset that I could not really identify, but I've seen other color versions from the So Much To Do line of Barbie furnitures from the mid-90s. So I also don't know where that goes. But that was just because I picked up everything and this was in there. I didn't even really know what it was when I picked it up. This is the super cute Songbird Barbie Carriage. So when I saw it in the box, I immediately could recognize it, because it has these super adorable birds on here, but also this material and then these flowers that screams Songbird Barbie. And it is. Of course, it would actually come with a walking horse. It's from 1995. I even have the bridle here. And I think this might also go to it, but I'm not exactly sure. Because it actually had a longer, golden, I don't know what it's called, leash or something. And it's discolored, unfortunately. Otherwise, it's kind of complete. The saddle goes in there and then the horse. But this, of course, is not this yellow or beige. Usually it would be a light pink. You can best see it when I turn it around and we look underneath here. This is the color that it actually was. Not even at the bottom. The bottom is also somewhat discolored, but a little better. The only place where you can still see it is in here. This is the normal color. I will deconstruct it and try to retro-bright this thing. I'm probably still not keeping it, but it is a very cute thing. And it was really just a thing. I was like, okay, let's pick up all of that. If it is like dirt cheap, why not? the main thing that I will definitely also keep, and that I was like, I'm actually very, very, very nostalgic for this. This was my favorite, or maybe even my only toy playset as a child. This is the Barbie from This is the stable from the Feeding Fun stable from the Barbie line of 1995. It came with a horse napper. I've seen that so often at the flea market. I've even seen it that day, but I couldn't find it anymore once I had picked this up. Because now I, of course, also want to have this horse. This is the only horse that I want to have. It's the horse that you can lower the head up and down. It also has a magnet in its mouth. Yeah. And the stable also is, of course, not complete, but it's complete enough. By the way, this piece was missing, but I had it. I had picked up this piece once before. I mean, you can just take it out here. So yeah, I had this. There you see, that's why, because it falls out pretty easily. I had this one. Then I knew these pieces would go to it. I don't remember if it really had two of these flaps, but one with apples. It came with a sticker sheet. I think you could put carrots on the other one or something. And this you can also put to the inside. I cannot do it with one hand. So you can flip it to the inside or to the outside. And then it has this other door here. So you can even like create a little bit of a paddock for the horse to have a little bit bigger space. This is also a piece I already had. This was not in there, but I know it belongs to it. So I have another piece to it. And this is the bridle of the horse. I know it had a blue saddle and this blue bridle. What else do we have here? All of these pieces were separate. All of these doors were like separate in the box, but I kind of knew what would all belong to it. We have another little door to open here. Then this side, you can of course take this also off, but it is super fun. It's actually missing this little horse, the weather horse at the top. I think I have it somewhere because it's also something, but let's pretend it has the weather horse, and if you would push it down, then the hay falls down. Because at the top there's this mechanism, you can put the hay here, and when you push this, then it, reveals and puts the hay down there. Then another thing is you can fill in water underneath here. You can take off, put water in here. And this is missing, unfortunately. This is one of the main things that's missing, a little pink basin underneath, because you can push this lever here, and then the sun would, burp the water out into this little basin. So this is the only, I think, major thing that I'm a little sad that is missing from this thing. Of course, there's many accessories missing, but I mean, a lot of other stuff was there. This thing was floating in the box, but I grabbed all the pieces that had the same shades of color. This was one that was even in a Barbie box, but I remembered that these things go to it. There's another, what's it called? Not fork, but you know what I mean. Is it even called fork? I don't know. Then all of this is on here, and you can of course open this also up here. Then the horse can also look out here. It has this super cute, bird like picture there. It's like it has windows up there. I think one piece is also missing here. Because I remember hanging always the, something there. So here this is a little bit rubbed off. I just repainted it. Yeah, so this is, I don't know if you can see that. This is obviously not the original print here. I just repainted it. Also here's a little bit missing, but it's not really bad or anything. And I think on the inside there is one more sticker. Yeah, here with this horse. And yeah, you can open the top here and store your other accessories. There's another cool thing. You could put something in here, and then it would fall down this slope here, and of course you open this up, and then the horse can be fed here. It is so fun. It is so colorful, not discolored, and I remember it so vividly. I played with this so much. I was a horse girl. I loved horse riding. I still love horses. I'm just not doing horse riding anymore. And this was my very favorite thing. And as I said, I think one of the only playsets I ever owned of anything. I never had a My Little Pony playset. I never had any other Barbie playsets. I think I had some furniture, but not really a lot. It didn't even have a big Barbie house or anything. So this was my thing. I got it for Christmas in 1997. So this is technically has a box date of 1995, was released throughout the year of 1996, and I got it in 1996, the Christmas that changed to 1997. I don't remember if it was 96 then or 97, but it was one of my big Christmas presents that year, together with the horse. And also, that was a big Barbie year for me. I also got Jewel Hair Mermaid this year. I remember that. So, not sure what I'm gonna do with these two. I'm definitely keeping this. Not sure if I put it on display. I'm not now looking out for the horse, of course, because now I want to have it. But even if I just keep it in storage, I have it, and it was so nice. It was almost intuitive. I knew where everything went. Like I know all these pieces. That came with way more pieces, so many more accessories for the horse to be fed, so carrots and all of that, and little pieces, and even like, I don't know, a blanket and all of that, but I love it. Does that mean it's free? Verschenkekisten means gift. Ist das hier Verschenkekiste? Ja, dann würde ich die mitnehmen, weil den Körper kann man vielleicht noch gebrauchen. Dann packt man einen anderen Kopf drauf. Dann nehme ich die mit. Super. Okay, I'm taking her as a body donor. This is the Beat Blast Barbie. I have her in good condition. So, but the body is still a late 90s body. So, I mean, looks in good condition. And she has her earring. So, I don't know. For free? Okay, I take it. Right. The next thing I picked up, was a box for free with, something they just wanted to get rid of. But I picked up this Barbie. Now I have styled her a little bit nice, though I actually just will use her as a body donor. This Beat Blast Barbie, I have her. She actually has very long hair with these beads you can clip into her. She's also late 90s, I think 1997. I have a brunette one and I have the blonde one. They are very common dolls. And she has very cut hair. But she has her earrings and her body is in a good shape. And it's a late 90s body. So with, with these arms, shiny arms, you could say. And yeah, it's not just that her hair is just cut in a bob. It's unevenly cut in a bob, and also her complete bangs are cut. So yeah, you could technically rehair her, but as I have her, and she is a very, very common doll, I'm also super fine just, I will of course undress her, put her in storage, and then at one point I might need this body. She has the white panty underneath, so this is the body. I just put together a cute outfit for her for now, to not just show her naked. But yeah, I would definitely not have picked her up if she would have been, even though just for €2 I would not have picked her up. Because here I immediately knew I have her in good condition. I can't do anything with this hair anymore. But for like €0 as a body donor, why not? I found this cute Care Bears book. It's nothing super special, and I also looked through the other books of this person. There was nothing else that I would have liked to buy, but for 50 cents I took this. Although it is not even the cute, artwork from from American Greetings, which this is more from the TV show of the Care Bears. It is as very often in German, like the Care Bears, it's kind of actually die Glücksbärchis, but here it's just called Bärchis, so even shorter. Very often the Glücksbärchis were referred to as just Bärchis in German. And this is from apparently from 1990, when I trust what's in there. It's one of those small little books, and they only used screenshots from, I think it's not even the first TV show, but I think when they changed the studio that produced them. So this is more the one from the late 80s. But it's still very cute. You know, look, even the Care Bear cousins are in there. And it's about these two, a boy and a girl, that they help on Earth. Share Bear there. So it is still very cute. And from the back you can see that there were also other Care Bears books released during that time that all had these you know, episode screenshots, where I already have a book from the same, you know, from Bastei, that has the original old, like, American Greetings artwork from the Care Bears, which I would have preferred, but I'm gonna take what I find. So this is very cute, and I put it to my other small little books that I have in a binder of you know, of this type. I rarely find, or I rarely pick up, you know, books of vintage toy line, so it's not that I don't have space for it or anything. I was happy to find something, you know, from the early 90s or late 80s.
Aber siehst du, dass noch jede Menge Autos rumfahren hier? Und jede Menge Leute.
Ja, ja, das ist jetzt ist ja das ganz Neue bei der Blume.
Oh, I have her, but Simba fake.
Another pony, another G4 pony, but another really good G4 pony. This is Starlight Glimmer, one of my favorite characters, so not one of the main six, though one of the very important characters in the show. And also this Pearlized, so she's from the same line as this Twilight Sparkle that I showed you earlier, from the Explore Equestria, you know, Pearlized singles, though I think she might be from Wave 2, but I don't remember. It's 2016, the last year before they changed the body style to this other style that I don't like as much. She also has polypropylene tail and mane, though she was not as heavily played with, so I could restore her really nice. I do have this pony also. I also found mine at the flea market, but I mean, you don't even see that this is polypropylene hair. It came out really nice. It's super soft. But I definitely also know that the daughter of my friend, she is, what is she, 12 or 11? And she grew up with G2 ponies, and she definitely likes to collect also G2 ponies. So first and foremost, if I have double brushable G2, did I say G2? Why did G4, sorry. When I have brushable G4 ponies, I will show all my doubles to her. If she already has them, then they can, you know, I don't know, sold somewhere else. A Toyplosion, yeah, I even sold some G4 ponies last year at Toyplosion. But she would be the first one that I give my doubles to. So, and I know that Starlight Glimmer is also one of her favorite characters. So if she doesn't have her, she will be probably very happy with her. Yeah. Oh, €1. This pony was also €1.
So that's it. The last vendor that I talked to was again the one with a Furby, but they're not budging on the price. So my maximum for this black Furby would be maybe 20, because I personally don't want to have it. It's just interesting to see with the feet that it's one of those, I don't know, is it second generation, or I don't know exactly how this is like labeled. It's from the 2000s, like 2004 or something. And I know that a lot of people would be interested in it, but I don't want to pay 40 because, I mean, I don't know if anyone would want it for 40, so nope. But that's it, now I have to find where the bus station is and then let's go home. And yeah, by the way, this is the actual, like, you know, asparagus kind of farm or whatever you want to call it. It's a little bit like a, you know, big playground, restaurants and all of that. A little bit like a small amusement park without the rides. I think there's just one carousel or something. Ah, there's the bus stop. Good.
And there we have it. I mean, the big playsets are not on the table, but the table is full anyways. As I said, it was a very exhausting day. I walked around this flea market for multiple hours because it's a big one. You walk a lot and the ground is very uneven with, you know, some grass and some sand and grass with sand in between and some like pebbles and I don't know. And then I came, oh my God, when I went home with the train was so cold and I felt awful this afternoon. That's why I couldn't, you know, film like that evening already or this. So I opted to film it now the next weekend when everything is clean already, because yesterday I spent all day to clean all of the stuff. So I hope you enjoyed this flea market video. If you did, don't forget, give it a like, a thumbs up, or maybe you want to comment down below if you can help me out with things I haven't identified, or if you just want to tell me about anything of where there's some toy lines in here that you have never heard of before. Maybe these weird pets or the Barbie like Pose Me pets, or these weird like Once Upon a Zombie dolls. I definitely learned something when I researched all of that. So so if you want to tell me anything down below, comments are open. And if you're not subscribed, maybe you want to subscribe so that you can follow my journey at the flea markets and when I unbox all of these cute vintage toys here at home. So thank you so much for watching. See you real soon and may the toys be with you. Bye!